Holy moly, guys. It took a small knife guy, Kevin from Lefty EDC and Divo Knives, to bring us the best big folding knife. Is it possible? Let's stick around and let's find out of the Divo Growler XL. Guys, this is a fantastic knife. I love it so much so far. It is an exclusive at White Mountain with Divo. It is in, this one is in damtanium camo carbon, belt satin and 154 cm. I love what they're doing with these special boxes. I find that really cool. You got your gorilla here taking him a swig of some Divo soda there, I'm sure. And there's all your info. Now, these will be at White Mountain Knives, and you can use code KNIVESFAST for 10% off. Let's jump into the review. All right, guys, here it is. This is a phenomenal knife. Now, we have camo carbon damtanium. By the way, there are like 8 versions of this, ranging from, I think, 149 to 189. So stay tuned, and we'll go over those towards the end. Guys, jumps all the way out. We have contoured scales here. And we have a lovely purple anodized backspacer, blurple, I should say. It's definitely not purple, because here's the Kubi purple on the tall boy, which, by the way, is not so tall. You have blurple here. You have the damtanium, which has blues and purples. Now, there's not quite as much color on this one as I've seen on some in the past. I wish there was a little bit more. But it's all right. It's still pretty good. You have a ginormous stop pin back here. Now, these are in 154 cm with a ginormous belly-filled blade, okay? We've always talked about, all right, it's time to do this. We've talked about the original size growler, and we've talked about the mini growler, which I still haven't wiped all this goo off the blade, but that's okay. We've talked about them having a lot of belly, okay? But what has happened is, by making this guy so long, we have ended up with this extended, crazy belly and a big, long work knife. Now, these are flat ground, high flat ground, which means we're going to come down to a killer small edge. Now, this is 0.134 on the stock. Your handle is 0.49. And I am so bad at getting the measurement behind the edge, but we're going to give it a shot here. Okay, so 0.017, I should say. Excellent, excellent. But you can see it makes the other two growlers look like they're barely there. Now, I can get a 4-finger grip on the mini growler. I can get a 4-finger grip either backed up or choked up on the full-size growler. And by the way, they all have jimps for days. But this guy, I get 4 fingers with a ton left over. And then when I choke up, it is a massive amount of room on that handle. And again, it feels great because you can for sure, on a handle this big, find a place that's comfortable. And right there is mine. I know everybody likes a good 50-50 choil, and so do I. That's comfortable. But this is fantastic for me. You barely feel the clip. It is reversible. And it comes, I believe, hold on, let's open this back up. I believe it came with a, it comes with a wire clip should you want to switch, and the appropriate screw. So it comes with the little cloth and all that stuff. Now, we have a massive amount of access to that steel lock bar. Now, it is an inset steel liner, which means we have a partial steel liner only on this side. There is no liner on this side. Great access. You can see that blade wants to come down. It is on bearings. You can thumb flick it. You can middle finger flick it. I cannot front flip it. Some people say they can. But fantastic. On bearings. Comes way out to the end, dead center, a lot of knife. Okay, when we're locked up at about 45%. It is in 154 cm. It is like a vault, guys. No lock rock, no blade play. Now, my favorite part of this knife is this is a work knife, okay? Because you have a belly starting here that goes around like that. So what happens is it just annihilates anything in its path, okay? It is a heck of a cutter. You could use this for dressing game. You very much could It is a heck of a sisal rope cutter. I have cut a ton with this. I've sliced a bottle, a water bottle. I've cut rope and cardboard and paper and you name it. And see, it is just a crazy slicer. And you still have a fairly, I mean, it's a higher tip for Divo, but it's fine for me to get down into stuff. But yeah, I mean, we could just sit here all day and just slice with this guy over and over and over. Mega size. Look, okay, that I need to save this, and this will be part of my my thumbnail for this video. Mega size. All right, we're gonna save that. See, things happen in the middle of these videos that you just can't predict, and I almost ruined it by cutting it. But very, very cool indeed. I am having fun with this if you guys haven't noticed. Now, let's take out some of my favorite big knives, and then we're going to get into a look at the specs and which models are available and when. And these are dropping on Thursday the 20th at noon. We'll explain what you're seeing here in a second. But they're going to go fast. So be ready and use code KNIVESFAST for 10%. Now, the tall boy looks like the small boy here. By the way, they might do something big with that guy. Just hold tight. Now, two of my favorite big knives, the Best Tech Keen 2 and the Civivi Bull Mastiff. Now, the Keen 2 is still longer, but the Growler is taller and bigger and thicker. I mean, thinner on the edge, easier to cut with. I still love my Keen 2, but man, this might be my new favorite big knife, and I love the Bull Mastiff. It's just such a fun knife indeed. So, let's jump in and talk about the versions. Now, this is the Damantanium Camo Carbon, and that particular one that you see on the screen right now is $179, okay? Again, 10% off with my code, but let's go through them. They're dropping on the 20th at noon at White Mountain Knives only. There's a black G10 for $140, okay? $140 with a stonewash blade. That's the worker version. Really cool. And then you've got the Shipwreck Camo Carbon with the acid wash blade for $175. You've got the 80s Camo Carbon with a black DLC blade for $189. Is it black DLC? Yeah, I think it's regular DLC, it looks like. Then you've got the one I looked at, the one I have here for $179. And then for $189, you have Purple Flow Camo Carbon with black DLC blade. You have Purple Flow with a satin blade for $179, which is the kind of blade you see here. You have a bead blasted titanium with a polished DLC blade for $199. Sorry, that's the most expensive one. I didn't see that. That is a mirror polished DLC blade for $199. And then you have the dark wash titanium handle with an acid wash blade for $165. So lots of options. I will put a link below. And again, all you got to do is use my code, and my link below, and my code, and that'll get you what you want. Again, noon on the 20th. All right. These are designed by Colin Mason-Pierre and Kevin Johnson of Divo. 4-inch blade length, 5.26-inch handle length with an overall length of 9.26, which, by the way, is going to make our normal comparison friends, our Ontario Rat 1 and 2, look itty-bitty. So, I mean, not so much the 1, but the 2 for sure. And then it is 5 ounces. I found it just over 5, like 5.1 or something like that. By the way, there's your 8-inch Tempest Pinion and your 7-inch Tempest Microburst. And again, your handle thickness 0.49, your blade thickness 0.13. And again, a 9.25-inch knife from a guy that doesn't normally like small knives. But let me just tell you, big knife people, rejoice, because I think we've converted Kevin Lefty EDC into a big knife lover on his own accord. So that is really, really awesome. Now, don't forget to check them out. I'm excited for these. I tell you what, I don't even know what changes they made between the prototype I saw at Blade Show and this, but this is better. I don't know why I liked that one, but I like this way more. And again, This to me is by the way, I forgot to talk about this. You got about that much sticking out of the pocket, but it's so thin this way. It carried easy peasy in the pocket for me. No issues whatsoever. Enjoyed it very much carrying it. And so to me, that is your material destroyer for work. So very, very cool. Let me know what you guys think with a comment down below, and like this video, and please make sure you subscribed and hit that notification bell to all. And thanks for watching the Knives Fast channel.